Good morning and welcome back. As you may know, I recently came back from my trip out into the woods to collect some lumber called the Forgotten Tree Project, and today I'm going to talk about the woods that I brought back. So on the left here we have what I believe to be Sitka spruce, and on the right juniper. Now when identifying these books or these logs, I was using a National Geographic book, the Field Guide to Trees of North America, as well as Google. And so I know that both of these woods grow in the area that I was picking from, as well as some of their alternatives, what they may be. So Sitka spruce grows along the coast all around here, so it's very reasonable to predict that's what this is. Now it's also very easily confused with fir, and the area of which I found this tree, it was naturally fallen, large tree. There was fir around, but this tree stood out. It didn't look like the ones, like the fir trees that were so easily identifiable. And judging by the bark on the book that I was going off, I suspected this to be Sitka spruce, and still I believe that. I follow Google as well, and it's confusing because if they're difficult to identify, other people could be wrong as well. So, by the way, this is the smallest piece by quite a bit in the log. So there's a couple knots in the back of this one, but it's a nice piece. I think, what did I finish out there? I think that's 3 inches thick. There's some tear in the back. It goes about here to here. So by the time it's done, I'm 2 3/4 probably. But that's a pretty nice piece. So that's that piece. This is, I have a juniper cypress. I'm telling you from the bark, right? So I ran into a forum online that was discussing the differences between juniper and Monterey cypress, and apparently one of the only ways you can tell is if it has berries on the tree. I can't remember if it was going to be cypress or juniper. I think that was juniper, but of course, having found a tree that was cut down, I can't know that. So it's definitely not red cedar. I can tell by the hardness of it. I have red cedar, so I tapped with the chisel at roughly the same amount of pressure, and it dented the red cedar. Didn't dent this. I mean, this isn't that hard, but it's harder than the red cedar for sure. But of course, both the cypress and the juniper have roughly the same hardness rate. So just to make it even more difficult, but it doesn't really matter. These woods together look beautiful. They're not too, the colors are not too far off. Okay? We'll see what happens when they dry. And the other thing with Sitka spruce, looks really golden, especially in guitar tops. But I thought I'd just show these for the purpose of video and add them into the playlist. In the video they'd say juniper and Sitka spruce. I still believe that to be true, but it's good to be honest and say that I could be totally wrong. There's thousands and thousands of trees out there, or maybe it's just a different type of spruce or a different type of fir. So that's where I'm at with these. It doesn't really matter what type of wood this is. I don't plan on selling it. I just plan on using it. So it's just nice to know.